Welcome to the Iron Worth Trade and Show. I'm your host, Coach Price. Tonight, I will be going over a lot. Nothing in my live stream will be financial advice. I repeat, this is my disclaimer TikTok for the record. Let the record show nothing in my live stream is financial advice and should not be considered financial advice. This is all for educational purposes only and entertainment. Let the record show. And with that being said, we'll begin, right? So, I need y'all to listen, right? I need you to be honest with yourself for a second. Y'all know how I get down over here. I want you to be serious about how you doing right now, overall. How are you leveling up your life? Let me put my phone on do not disturb. Rolling, and then I can't a lot of people want to start calling and shit every time you go live. But yeah. Be serious. How serious are you about leveling up your life? If you on the outside of my live stream, how serious are you about leveling up your life? How serious are you about actually take control of your time, your income, your future? Let me know. Because right now, it's a lot of people scrolling through TikTok and they watching and they hoping for tips and shit, but they, hoping don't get you no results. Hoping does not build results. If you caught me this is probably your first time catching me in the beginning of going live, because a lot of people, they usually come in after I've been live for about an hour and say things like, damn, I missed it. Damn, I missed it. So today I pushed it out to 3. So now I got people coming in like, damn, I'm about to go to bed, It's Friday, y'all. So yeah. If you ready to stop hoping and shit and you want to start learning and taking action, then this the live. You in the right place. This is the live for you. You more than likely need to stick around, because I'm going to break a lot of shit down tonight. You're going to learn some strategies. You're going to get the right mindset that's going to separate you from the losers, and because you're going to be one of the people who actually succeed and not just somebody who dream. Because we don't just sit around and wait on pie to fall out the sky. You understand me? Hit the follow button if you're new here. Also, while I'm yapping, I need y'all tapping now. Tap the screen, tap the screen. Now, I'm going to tell y'all who I am. I teach, I mentor, I guide people to build real financial growth and personal freedom. That's right. I want to make sure you got a solid financial foundation. And I done worked with a lot of people from many different walks of life. And these people that went from having absolutely no understanding. Literally, they was dumb when it came to being in the market. Zero clarity. No type of investment skill set, okay? Now, and they went from doing that or being that way to actually seeing results because they learned the right way to approach life and the right way to approach their money. We actually put their money to work for them so that their money can make money for them. Now, I'm not here to give you, I ain't capping shit out to you. I'm not going to give you no financial advice. I'm just here to show you a path that actually works. This is common sense, but it's not so common. So if you stay here, you follow me, you pay attention, you're going to start to see things differently. You'll see shit differently. Come on in. Come on in. I'm just getting started. What I'm about to show y'all over the next few minutes, if you follow this live stream, a lot of people don't even consider what I'm about to talk about. I want y'all to start taking control of your time, building your own growth, creating a life where you're in charge. Let me share my live stream out to my live real quick. Hold on. Share my live stream out to my story I meant. There we go. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about tonight, I'm going to cut the mumbo jumbo since we got a few people in here now. Let's see what we're going to talk about first. Oh, I know. I got a good one. Nike. If anybody know me, they know. Hey, can y'all hear me? Put a W in the chat if you can hear me. I got to make sure y'all can hear me. Mic check before I get started. And also, tap the screen, y'all. My shit shouldn't be sitting at 0. Now hit the screen, tap the screen. You about to get a $1 million worth of information, and you about to get it just for tapping the screen. Now, come on, it ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna hurt you. Tap the screen, come on in, pull up a chair and listen. I want to let a few more people come in before I actually get rolling. So yeah, come on in, y'all. We finna talk about one of the most recognizable brands on the planet. Come on in. Finna talk about Nike. The Nike stock. Amco, what up? Now, we know Nike is one of the most recognizable brands on the planet, right? They had a bad day. They had really one of the worst days that they had in months. They dropped about 10% in one day. Y'all ain't see that shit? The headlines was everywhere. But supposedly the sales of Nike is slowing down in China. So a lot of people been talking, and as you can tell, investors been reacting to it. So most people watching the news, they all doing the same thing they always do. They thinking like consumers. Everybody think like consumers for the most part and not like owners. And I don't like that. So that's why I come on TikTok and I teach the things that I teach. I mentor the way that I do because I want to change that. That's the core of the problem. I want to change that. The average person, they going to hear Nike stock is down and their first instinct is not curiosity, but they avoid it. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care. You know, fear, distance. They going to say shit like, I ain't fucking with Nike. It's down too much. Or, you know, that's some Wall Street bullshit. I don't know nothing about no stocks whenever I try to convince them to, you know, invest in the company instead of being a consumer. What up, DZ? What's happening? You know what? Hey, y'all, I'm so thankful that I got people that see me live and y'all jump in like that. Hey, I appreciate y'all for spinning the block. Appreciate y'all for spinning the block. And guess what? I do live streams like this. I don't care if it's only 2 people in my live. You hear me? We're going to do this shit whether we got 1 person or 1 million person in this motherfucker. What up, CRX? Kind of funny. What's happening? Where you been, man? Where you been, twin? Oh, yeah, no doubt. We here, though. We here. Y'all, the class is in session. I call this shit night school. You feel me? This is night school. Amco just got the number 2 gifter badge. Okay, then go ahead with your badge self. I appreciate it. Big baller brand. But no, look, I want to talk about Nike, right? Because a lot of people, y'all, I'm about to ask you an uncomfortable ass question. But it's all right. Y'all gonna deal with it. Merry Xmas, Daza. So look, how many of y'all wearing Nike shoes right now? Huh? You might not be wearing none right now, but how many of y'all got some Nike shoes in your closet or you had some Nike shoes before? Maybe you got Nike socks. Maybe you got Nike shirts, right? Maybe you got a Nike hoodie. Have any of y'all ever bought Nike for yourself, for your kids, your spouse as a gift? Have you ever bought this shit over and over again without hesitation? I was about to say I have a whole bunch, says DZ. Okay, so hear me out. This is where the disconnect live. People ain't got no problem being a loyal customer, but they refuse to be a partial owner of the company. No, I didn't say that, DZ. No, I didn't say that. See, DZ, what I actually said was most people watching this are doing the same thing they always do. They thinking like consumers. They're going to say, this is risky. They're going to try to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? You need to be curious. Like I said, people will say proudly, oh, I only wear Nikes, but you will never hear a lot of people say, I own Nike. Do you want to buy Nike DZ when it's $200 a share or $79 a share? Or do you want to buy Nike when it's $58 a share? You see what I'm saying? That's the question that one must ask themselves when it comes to stuff like this. Which one you want? You know what I mean? You want the shoe or you want the stock? That's gonna tell us everything we need to know about how most people been trained to think right there. I know that's right, CRX. I draw. I get that. But do you want more shoes than you want the shares? Because then you got to make it make sense, CRX. You can't have both. You can get a couple pair of shoes. I feel you. But you need to be more of an investor than you are a consumer. Right? So we live in a society where this society we in, it rewards consumption, but we discourage the motherfuckers who own stuff, right? We discourage ownership, and I don't get why it's like that. I paid attention to that at a young age. From the time that we young, we taught how to spend money, right? But we not taught how to deploy it. We just trained to recognize the logos. I want some hot Cheetos. I want Frosted Flakes. You see what I'm saying? No, mama, I don't want them shoes. You can't buy me no Shaqs. We learned the business. We learned the brands, the logos before we actually understand the balance sheet, before we actually understand consumerism or, business, ownership, entrepreneurship, etc., financial literacy, etc. We also discourage risk outside of the normal. That's part of it, no doubt. So, you're not wrong. But we know, what I'm saying is from a young age, we know what's trending. We know what's popular. We know what's cool, but we don't got no idea who owned the company that dominate our lives. And that's not by accident. That is by design. A lot of consumers keep the economy moving and don't even know. And guess who is the number one spender in the economy? I don't want to break this down, but I just want y'all to know who's spending the most money in the economy. It always skip, DZ. I don't know what the hell going on. Let me see. Yeah, DZ. That's right, y'all. I want y'all to give me answer. What do y'all think could happen since y'all know that? What would happen if we all spent money on one coin? This is where my live might really start skipping at DZ and Amco. What would happen if we all put our money on one coin? Let's say we own the coin too. So can't nobody rug pull us or nothing. It'll fuck the game up, won't we? I ain't talking about like currency. I mean like the crypto. Maybe you and Amco don't really know too much about the crypto, but I'm just saying, yes, that shit would go up kind of funny. Oh yeah. But I ain't gonna talk about that, I ain't gonna talk about that. Right now we talking about Nike and consumerism and how motherfuckers would rather buy a pair of Air Force Ones when they cost 2 times the price of the stock right now. Make it make sense. You're going to get one pair of Air Force Ones, but you can own 2 shares of Nike instead. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you are an investor, you own the company. So let me say that again. Consumers participate in the system. Investors own the system. And most people never make the mindset difference, the psychological shift from one side to the other. DZ said Black Wall Street. That's right. CRX says all buying one coin. That would be the greatest red distribution of money. It'll be crazy, right? But guess who? You know how hard it'll be to get us? I ain't going to say that. I'm going to try to speak this. I'm going to speak this into existence. It would be easy for us to do that. It would be easy for us to come together and do that, actually. And let's not even think about skin color. Let's just say poor people. If all poor people got together and did this, oh yeah, I bet they is, DZ. Oh, I bet they is. This is not financial advice, TikTok. Calm down. I'm telling you, it's always like that with me. I pay for high-speed Wi-Fi. You wouldn't believe me, though, the way my shit's skipping. You wouldn't believe me the way it's skipping. Shit crazy. With an iPhone 17 Pro Max. You wouldn't believe this shit. It's all good, though. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm gonna hope y'all can hear me. Listen, you saw my live. Oh, yeah, I seen the DZ. It was crazy. To the technical difficulties is in the air. But, yeah, Nike is the perfect example because this is not a new company. This ain't no startup company. They not just getting started, right? This company been around for decades, like multiple generations. Your granddaddy probably had a pair of Nikes. You understand? They done went through all type of cycles and shit, recessions. They done went through different types of booms. They done went through wars and shit. They done made it through pandemics. They done made it through fashion changes and shit. They done went through athlete scandals. Motherfuckers done shift the whole culture on them and they still made it through. Who you invest in the competition? All of them, Amco. I'm not married to one of them because guess what? Under Armour was so cheap. It was like, I think it's still under $10 a share, under $8 a share and shit. Under Armour. I like that company and they just never had a chance to go. They never had a leg up for real. What's up, Salt and Light? Man, I'm so proud I got some people that come back around. I don't like using the word pride because that's dealing with proud is dealing with pride. I'm honored that y'all spin the block. Appreciate y'all. For real, wait, let me look at them. Oh yeah, Under Armour, you know, it's cheaper to own a piece of Under Armour than it is to buy an actual fucking piece of Under Armour from them. It's the same shit I'm talking about with Nike right now. Literally. Bro, we have to start making this shit make sense. Like, so out of all this shit I just named, people kept buying shoes. Through all that shit I just named, people still was buying Nikes. You get that? Nike, this company went through recessions, pandemics, fashion changes, and out of all that shit, people kept buying shoes. When the stock dropped 10%, people who buy Nikes and shit, they start thinking something must be wrong. But as an investor, I need you to start having a completely different question that pop up in your head, right? You need to ask, is the business broke? Yes or no? Or is this price temporarily on sale? Can I get this shit on sale? You don't look at Nikes when they on sale and say, it's something must be wrong with these motherfuckers. No, you pick them up real quick when there's some shit on sale in the store. This is that consumerism mindset that I'm trying to break. Not fuck trying, that I'm going to break y'all from. Because I ain't trying to do shit. I'm doing it, or like, we either doing it or not. Am I talking to you or am I trying to talk to you? Are you listening or are you trying to listen? Well, you either doing it or not. You see what I'm saying? Because once you start seeing this shit, bro, you'll start to see the difference in thinking. And this is where the wealth is going to begin, right then and there. Once you start thinking, right, man, you for real cutting out. It's about to piss me clean the fuck off. I will cut the live off and try to come back in. I don't know. I don't want to have to do that, though. But TikTok being on the shadow banning side, I don't know why. TikTok, get off that bullshit. Do me a favor, y'all. Keep tapping the screen. You know, comment, keep asking questions. Share the live out. I appreciate you for sending a heart, me, Michael Reed. It's bad tonight. Yeah, man. I apologize, y'all. If we having any technical difficulties, I apologize. Let me see. Maybe I might have to go get the fuck out the cornfield. TikTok owned by them people now. They got this shit under control. Oh, yeah, I know. But we gonna try to make it through the wire, through the window, through the wall. We gonna make it through this shit. I probably said the words wrong as hell. But look, though, the bigger picture is we gotta widen the lens because Nike not alone. It ain't just about Nike. The patterns show up everywhere. Think about Apple. Look, think about Apple. Hold on. We're going to look at Apple, too. Is this Apple? Yeah. This the Apple stock. I don't know about y'all, but how much do y'all pay for y'all iPhone? I don't want to, kind of funny. That's the thing. Like, why they going to push us? How they going to make us do something we don't want to do? You feel me? And we're going to try another 10 minutes. None. Don't like them. But you can buy. Samsung got a stock, too, DZ. And hey, DZ, let me give you a valuable lesson, big brother. You don't have to like a company or a stock for you to benefit from everybody else stupid ass liking it, okay? If everybody start picking up rocks outside, okay, and they said that the rock was worth $20, and you like, man, get the fuck out of my face. That's not worth $20. Next week, that rock is worth $40. 10 years later, this rock is worth $100,000. You still don't know shit about it. This is Bitcoin I'm talking about, by the way. People know just about as much as about a rock as they do about Bitcoin, and they still buy the shit. So while we don't value something, is as long as everybody else do, is valuable in this world that we live in. But like I was saying, think about Apple. People camp outside fucking stores for iPhones. They defend Apple like it is a sports team. They gangbang this shit, right? I hope I don't get in trouble for using that word, because they already just looking for any reason to not be able to get y'all this information. They don't want y'all to get this information. It's all right though. Y'all gonna get this work. Y'all gonna get this work. People camp outside of stores for iPhones. They gonna upgrade their phone even when they don't need to. They're going to buy AirPods. They're going to buy Apple Watches. They're going to buy MacBooks, subscription after subscription. Let me see if it's something I can do with the audio. Hold on. I hope this helps. You can't type. You just typed. Thanks a lot for the live. Appreciate the quality content as usual. Hey, Steve, man, I appreciate you for the acknowledgement, Steve. Thank you. Thank you. But people do this shit month after month. They buy MacBooks. They get the subscription for everything I named too. But for years, millions of them same people, they never owned a single share of Apple. I'm gonna say it again. I'm sorry, y'all. People camp outside stores for the iPhones. They done did a lot of crazy shit back in the day for these drops. Then they battle with Android users like this shit is a sports team. They upgrade every year. They buy AirPods, Apple Watches, you name it. But they never owned a single share of Apple. Yeah, I trade futures. Yeah, I fuck with futures. I fuck with the micros, to be exact. I like the micros. Lulu, what up? So, I mean, it boggles me. It really does. It boggles me. Like, they financed the growth, but they didn't participate in the ownership. They helped the company blow up. You helping the company, but you didn't benefit from it? Come on, make it make sense. Apple is a United States-based company that became one of the most valuable businesses in history, not because we loved it first, but because consumers loved it, like nonstop. When I say we, I'm talking about investors. This company became valuable not because investors loved it, but because consumers loved it. And the people who benefited the most was the ones who said, I don't just use the product, I own the company. Somebody said, why micros compared to normal? I'm just starting. Then after trading meme coin / crypto for 3 years. Okay, you've been a crypto bro. I like trading micros because it doesn't require me to use a big amount of money. And I don't lose as much, even though you don't win as much when you trade in the minis. It's just, you can still win as much if you trade a lot of contracts. But the micros is better for you because if you don't have a shit ton of capital, right? Or if you don't want to lose a shit ton of capital at one time. Oh, you might have $100,000, but you don't have to trade the minis. You can trade the micros. It's 1/10 the size of the minis. Do your research on the futures. But right now, I want you to not be a consumer. Like, focus on the task at hand, bro. But because y'all get right off this live stream and then go right back to having that consumer mindset. Look, I go to another stock I'll show you. I hope y'all don't eat this shit, but McDonald's is another company. This Mickey D's. McDonald's, $315 a share, though. You know why? Because they going strong. Y'all can criticize it all you want. You can joke about it, say it's unhealthy, say that they feeding people, whatever y'all say they feeding people. The parking lot stay full every motherfucking morning at Chum Bucket. Chum Bucket parking lot be jumping every morning, noon, and night. So guess what? Guess who owns shares of it? Do you have a Kick account? I do, but it's MCO. It be one person on there. Like I'd rather just come here and talk to the 7 people that's here or the 5 people that's here. You know, it used to be thousands of people in my live stream. I get off live and it was 6,000 people. But I think I just talk too much. You know what I'm saying? I said the R word too many times, and they would ban me and suspend me. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on. Then I think one month I made too much on this motherfucker. And they didn't get it cut, so they got mad. You know, a lot of people was reaching out to me. And I think TikTok can pay attention to all of that. They also got an imposter that they allow an impersonator to exist. There's another page. I bet it do. It's breaking up because they don't want me telling on them. I'm snitching right now, and they don't want me to snitch. Move locations real quick. I'm gonna say it again, TikTok, because you ain't getting away with this shit. They basically got mad because I made too much money on them and they didn't get a cut out of it like they be doing everybody else who only be making a couple of pennies and shit. This is not financial advice, TikTok, so you can't say I'm doing it. I got a little smoke with them right now. It ain't even TikTok fault. I think it got something to do with Oracle, the motherfuckers who bought all the data or whatnot, but don't get me started on that, right? We want to talk about McDonald's. And yeah, I do get on Twitch though. I just only got 1 follower. They got 1 subscriber on Twitch. Like, I'm never on there. I got a YouTube channel. I'm somewhere everywhere. I've been on the internet since we was on MySpace. Who remember MySpace? Who remember MySpace? Y'all MySpace page wasn't fucking with my MySpace page. I promise you it wasn't. And now that I think about it, y'all, tell me if I'm tripping. We was damn near coders. Like, we was programmers, bro. I think they took away MySpace because they realized that we was a generation of fucking coders. Like, we had to code our page. We had to program our page. Like, we was in the back doors of the internet making the motherfucking... Y'all don't even know, man. We were doing this shit in elementary school. Okay? Who remember that? Y'all don't remember that? Who remember putting SpongeBob skins on they fucking... Is that a demo, bro? No, this ain't no demo, Jabril. The market closed, but I'm gonna talk about that too in a second. I think I get a lot of sidetracked when I get to talking to y'all. We get to kicking it and shit. Maybe I got to talk loud, right? I don't know. I don't want to yell. I don't want to yell, but yeah, McDonald's is not just a restaurant. This is a McDonald's stock we talking about. They're not just a restaurant, y'all. This is real estate. It's real estate. McDonald's is a logistics company. It's consistency, it's branding, and they scale up. So people consume McDonald's without thinking twice. They swallow that shit without even fucking chewing it. Double cheeseburger, triple cheeseburger, the small fry eating that people. Like, these folk go to McDonald's morning, noon, and night. But y'all, I don't want to just look at the food part of it. I'm telling you to look at the money part of it. Like, they making money morning, noon, and night. Steve, your comment got flagged. I don't know why. The greatest real estate portfolio in the world hidden by burgers. He just snapped. He just snapped. Wonderful comment. See how why would TikTok block that? I don't have a filter to block a comment like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't block this type of shit. Then they won't even let me pin it. I ain't tripping, y'all. It is what it is. We gonna get this work. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Right? No weapon formed against us shall prosper. All through Bittler, he may not shaitan rajim. Hey, DZ, TikTok, there is no way to do that on TikTok. You see what I'm saying? Unless y'all share my live out and the people that you share it out to come in and they share it and a lot of people just start piling in, you feel me? That's the only way. But yeah, I ain't talking about McDonald's because it's something that we like to eat. People eat this shit without thinking about it, but they hesitate to invest in it, even though it has been printing, I'm going to say it with proper English. It has been printing cash across generations. Same story. I know, Deezy, but think about the money. Think about the money. Another company. I want to give y'all another company because since y'all saying it's nasty, ladies, I know y'all eating Starbucks and shit, drinking Starbucks. Some of y'all don't. They like, who drinks Starbucks? No, for real. Like, if you drink Starbucks, you right? Who like the chocolate croissant and shit? I get bougie. I'm in Indiana, so she told me some not. I get it. Some people do. Deezy, calm down. This is this is Chat GPT prompts and shit you looking at. Don't be marveling at my creation. I make my own tea though. That's what's up, Amco. Who's the company though? That you get the tea from though. You know what I'm saying? Who's the company? You feel me? The whole point is, I mean, you know, we don't care about what they taste like, y'all. Don't miss the point, please. The point though, y'all get me distracted. The point is ownership of the companies. Ownership of the companies that we are buying shit from. You feel me? That's the topic. Like, do I, you know, you do both, but you really want to own more than you shop with these folks. So that people complain about the price of Starbucks, then they buy the shit every day. $7 a drink, 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year. Then they know the menu, they know the seasonal flavors, they know the cups. They go to, like, it ain't just one company though. Like, I can name a lot of companies and it's gonna be the same way. Yeah, it ain't just that easy. It's like everybody got their own vice. Everybody got something that they are doing this with. Okay? They know the menu, but ask them who owns Starbucks and they gonna say, I don't know, some corporation. Like some corporation is a publicly traded US stock. There ain't no stock on the stock market called some corporation. We done talked about Nike. We done talked about Apple. We done talked about McDonald's. McDonald's was $20 a share at one point in time. We done talked about Starbucks. Starbucks, $88 a share. Is that right? Yep. We can also talk. What else? Amazon. Y'all got them. Y'all Amazon wish list. It's y'all Amazon wish list. You're always on Amazon, right? Your cart. People be like they trying to save money, but they be ordering packages shit on a daily basis. Like Amazon Prime is not even a question no more. They get it automatically. And the same people that's paying for Amazon or paying Amazon, making them get rich, is avoiding owning it because they looking at it like it's too expensive or buying it is too complicated when it's really not. But they comfortable shopping with them though. Popeyes, $70, $79 per share. I ain't know that, Amco. You told me something new, because guess who ain't, I ain't never thought to go look at the chicken business. I ain't like, let me go check out Popeyes. And I ain't never think of that. But I also don't eat there either. But just because I don't eat there don't mean I can't invest in them. So thank you. Because guess who gonna eat Popeyes? The people that's gonna eat Popeyes, they not finna stop eating that shit. You know what I'm saying? That novelty chicken, that novelty bird, Boyd. They over there eating a novelty Boyd. But yeah. Motherfuckers comfortable shopping with them, but they uncomfortable being the owner. I don't get it. It's the same pattern all across the board, though. Nike, Apple, McDonald's, Starbucks, Amazon, Coca-Cola. They drink about a 6-pack, 12-pack. They watching Disney. They buying Disney subscriptions. They shop at Home Depot, Costco. But all of these companies I named, you can buy shares from them, too. You can own shares of the company. These is United States-based companies. You interact with this shit constantly. Habitually, but you separate this shit from investing. Why? Because investing is going to force you to be responsible, I guess, right? Is that why? You need therapy, ma'am. Y'all some damn therapy. Sit down and listen. Lay down and listen. When you buy something, the transaction ends. When you invest, the relationship begins. You have to think long term. You have to tolerate volatility. You have to separate the headlines from the fundamentals. And most people ain't never been taught how to do that. So when Nike dropped 10%, don't be scared. You know, being scared is a consumer emotion. Ownership requires discipline. Nike ain't fucking disappear overnight. The brand didn't vanish. The shoes don't stop selling because the stock go down. You ain't finna see who that is. I think Stephen Curry just came up out of his contract with Under Armour or some shit. He ain't. I think he got on Nikes. LeBron, them sons be wearing Nikes and shit. LeBron back, he wearing Nike. Athletes ain't stopped wearing it. The culture don't ain't. You think ninjas? You think YNs finna stop wearing Nikes? You think they not finna go buy Air Force Ones? Right, Amco. They not going nowhere. No, they not going nowhere. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Only thing changed was the price, not the existence. So as an investor, we understand something that consumers don't. The price is going to move faster than reality. The market will overshoot everybody optimism, and it's going to overshoot everybody being scared. That's not a flaw. That is an opportunity for me and you whenever that happens. So Nike did drop, sure. Nike had Nike is down where it was back in April when everything was down. Then the stock market, one of the only places where people panic when shit go on sale. I'm talking about you get a 10% discount and you scared of some. Mm-hmm. Y'all know I'm on y'all ass, man. Y'all know how we get down on that. If the shoes drop, the price of Nikes, if you woke up and they said everywhere right now you can buy any pair of Nikes, they 10% off. Motherfuckers will run to the store, break each other's neck. Like, it don't make sense. But when Nike stock dropped 10%, you want to run? The contradiction is the entire lesson. That's what I'm talking. I'm gonna shut up. I think maybe I'm talking in circles. What y'all think? Do y'all get it? And I can leave it alone? Because the conversation is not about stocks. It's really about identity. Are you somebody who only spend money, or somebody who uses money to acquire ownership? Because once you make that shift, that paradigm shift, you're going to walk into the reality that you want to be in anyways. Everything going to change. You're going to stop asking, is this scary? You will start asking, is this valuable for me to invest in long term? And you won't be chasing shit, because when you chase money, it run from you. We attracting it. It's going to come to us. We don't chase money. We ain't chasing paper. You chasing it, it's running from you. You're going to start studying businesses. You're going to stop thinking short term. You will start thinking in decades. And Nike, whether people really realize it or not, this is just the doorway for you into that mindset. Like, this ain't the end of the conversation. It's the beginning. People know me. They like, said been trading Nike since we met him. I love this company because it's been around since I was a fucking kid, a child. I asked my mom and dad, why y'all ain't buying this shit? My parents and a lot of people say that it was hard for certain people to invest back in the day. They didn't have a lot of the shit that we got now. And I give them that. Kudos. I give them that. I get it. But nonetheless, once people see how deeply they already understand business as a consumer, because you shop with these businesses all the damn time, then it's gonna become impossible for you to unsee how close you already are to becoming an investor. You already close as hell. You be dishing out money, but you don't even get nothing back. On the investor side, at least you can get something back. So that's why this entire little hour them really been about helping people cross that line. And it's not gonna happen overnight for everyone, right? But as long as you do this intentionally, you can go from being a consumer to an owner. Right? All right. So for everybody that made it this far, if y'all made it this far, guess what? Thank you. I appreciate you. We about to talk about change of character. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a couple of stocks that we was talking about yesterday. Actually, we spoke on this yesterday. We spoke on how AMD and SPY was both trading inside of a descending channel, right? We was looking at the fact that they was both in these descending channels. And we knew that we was going over how to trade this type of chart pattern. So today, yesterday, we actually had a break of structure, okay, where the price actually broke outside the trend line. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, this is perfect because we did say we was going to talk about, whenever the price does that, what to expect, right? And that's what actually happened. So we had a breakout on AMD. Here we go. So whenever you got a channel like that, you want to look and be careful. Beware of the fake out. The fake out is when the price breaks one pattern, but it comes back to it, also known as a bullish trap or a bearish trap. So the price will literally pop out like it's about to actually keep going, but then it'll come back inside the channel. And it popped out and it made you buy in that direction, thinking that it was going to go in that direction, but it was a fake out. Beware of those. Then you got the breakouts. This is where the price barely breaks a pattern. Then it'll continue with huge momentum. It'll really be going in that direction without touching the structure again. What we like to wait for is the retest, though, because this is a high probability trade. It's where the price breaks one structure, comes back to it, and it fails to go back into the channel. It'll bounce after touching that level. That's what I like to trade right there. So that's what we want to look at where we at now. And let's go to, let me pull it back up. You don't hear me at all, DZ? This is nuts. DZ talking about I don't hear you. This is nuts. It's disappointing. How do you know? What do you mean? So look, when most people, DZ, look, most people will look at a stock chart and they gonna think that this shit move randomly, Okay, yeah, they think it moved randomly. They think the candles go up and go down by themselves for no reason, whatever, right? But what we gonna do here is remove that chaos. I don't want you to think like that. There's rhythm in this shit. So once somebody see this for the first time, they never look at charts the same way, right? Once you get this in your mind. This is what SPY and AMD was doing before the move everybody is reacting to now. So on both the charts, AMD and SPY, the price was traveling inside a clearly defined downward path. It was clearly going in a downtrend. Not straight down. Remember, it didn't take the elevator down. It took the stairs down. It ain't crashing, but it was stepping lower in an organized way. You see what I'm saying? This is important because the market rarely going to fall down in a straight line. Instead, it's going to move in waves. And this is a perfect example to show you that. In this phase, every time the price tried to move up, it failed sooner than it did the last time. What's wrong, DZ? What's happening, man? Yeah, so yeah, the price failed sooner than it did the last time. And then, so those failures are creating something what we call lower highs. Every time the price sold off, it pushed a little further than before, creating a lower low. So when you connect those lower highs with that diagonal line and do the same with the lower lows, you get what we call a descending channel. Yeah, DZ, I got your number, bro. It's all right. What I got to do is try to just keep talking, even though everybody can't hear me and it's chopping up. Maybe that's why I only got 6 people in here. It is 3:45 a.m. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep it going. But when I call you, I got you. And you can always check the replay. It'll be on YouTube, and I checked it. It don't chop up on the replays. So it's definitely a connection thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm broadcasting from a cell phone. That's one of the problems. I'm not using they desktop version. Hey Lulu, don't say that, but I'm so thankful for you. You know what I'm saying? Lulu went all, hey Lulu, you top dollar. You a top quality supporter. I ain't never heard no supporter tell me that. You made me cheese start smiling like Louis Armstrong, Lulu. Had me smiling like Chip Skylark. For those that know, if you know, you know. I appreciate that. But yeah. Now, we know that this is a descending channel. So this channel is not just a drawing. I'm not just finger painting. I'm not finger painting on the chart, y'all. This is a visual representation that the chart is that there's somebody in control of this chart. Like while the price is inside this channel, the sellers are in control since it's going down. The buyers are participating, but they only participating enough to cause them little baby ass bounces. Every time the bounce fails, every time it went up, but it go right back down. The market is telling you something very important, that demand exists, but it's weak compared to supply. So this is where the rookies usually make their first mistake. They see the price bounce and they think this is the bottom. Professionals don't think that way. Y'all gonna start asking a different question. You're gonna ask, has the structure actually changed? Has the structure changed? Has the structure changed? Structure is everything, y'all. Structure is everything. We're gonna talk about this structure. This how the price is moving in this pattern. Are y'all with me? Put a W in the chat if you learning something. Don't y'all like learning? They tried to make learning boring for us in school, so we didn't like it. But it was really fun the entire time. I just needed them to shut the fuck up so I could learn. I'm at work, but listening in. That's what's up, Salt. And the teachers, the school, the public system, the public school system, they their curriculum was never enough for me. Soon as I got away from them, I was able to learn more. Whatever the hell they was trying to teach me that year, I learned that month. Okay. So yeah, speaking of that now, you have the opportunity to learn as much as you can. No one is putting a limit on you. No one is stopping you from learning exactly what you need to go to the next level. Somebody says, why ain't you having all candles? MG Formidable. I'm not sure I understand the question well, but it's okay. We just talking about market structure being one of the most important things, or structure. So the market structure is simply the story of highs and lows, ladies and gentlemen. It is a story of highs and lows. So in a downtrend, the story is lower highs and lower lows. MG Formidable, this is a line chart. Because I'm not talking about candlesticks right now. The point is to show you price. I want you to pay attention to price action. MG Formidable for about 5 years now. So look, right? Pay attention. Lower lows and lower highs. This is what we want to pay attention to, the structure of the price action, because it's not moving naked on the chart. Okay, Phil, I'm glad you listening. As long as we in this channel that we in on SPY and AMD, ain't shit gonna change. No matter how long a strong bounce gonna look, this is why smart traders do not fight trends. We're gonna wait for the market to prove something different. And that's why the masterclass really begins. You told me to go ahead and go on. I hope you press the follow button, motherfucker. Talking about some okay, go on, right? No, I'm just playing. Please hit the follow button, my fair pal, my dear friend. my new comrade looking at. Hit the follow button. Now tap the screen too while y'all while y'all here while I'm yapping. Y'all should be tapping. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate you. Good looking out, Phil. Lulu, don't do it to him, Lulu. See, you got ready. Lulu ready to jump on you. You better be cool. Ooh. Hey, I'm finna make you a moderator, Lulu. Hold on. I like the energy. Hold on. Anybody that got my back like that, security out the gate. VIP neighborhood watch, Ironworth Trading neighborhood. Well, Salt and Light, inbox me your name and your number and the best time to call you right now. Don't wait until the live is over. Salt and Light. Oh, you at work. I spare you because I ain't talked to Amco, and Amco hit me up just like that. Amco had that same energy. Yeah. On blast on national television. I'm just playing. Look, y'all, this shit is not a joke. Y'all got me playing this shit. I'm being serious right now. I'm doing my best to teach y'all descending channel patterns, and you feel me? But y'all making me joke around and shit. I'm about to get serious for a second, okay? I'm gonna ignore y'all. Salt and Light. I'm about to ignore the fuck out of everybody. So you can call me silly all you want, but I'm no attention. Somebody said I made $2,500 in the past 6 weekdays. That's not bad. That's actually formidable. MG formidable. All right, look. Check it out. So we talking about this pattern on one ETF and one individual stock. One ETF and one individual stock. That individual stock is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. If I said that right. AMD. Okay. AMD had a rally from they went up from about 203 to 214, about $10 in one day. Okay. Anybody made money from that? This is where the masterclass began. At some point on SPY and AMD, the price stopped doing what it had been doing. It did not immediately go up. It paused. It slowed. It stopped making aggressive new lows. So at that moment where it stopped making new lows, instead of pushing lower with a lot of strength, the sellers began to struggle. Okay, this is the first clue that control may be shifting whenever you see this, but it is not a signal yet. Then we had something critical happen in the middle of the day. The price rallied and it did something that it had not done during the entire downtrend. It actually broke above the most recent lower high. So that was a signal event that we call break of structure. Do you understand? This is a 4-hour time frame, King Eddie. I appreciate you for the gifts, Deezy. Thank you for the support. Good looking out. But yeah, do y'all understand and overstand what I'm saying? You have to engage with me and let me know, because if not, I'm gonna call your mama and your daddy and let them know, hey, he ain't paying attention. And I got a phone number to heaven too. So don't think because if they in heaven, I can't call them. My mama will definitely reach out to them for me. Like, hey, they weren't paying attention to my classroom. Get them out. You do more day trading, that's what's up. Ain't nothing wrong with day trading. You can be on a 4-hour time frame and still make a move within the day. This is for me to look at the bigger picture. See, if you watch TV, have you ever watched a movie and put your nose on the television screen to look at the TV? No, you back the fuck back. You scoot back. You gotta, when in doubt, zoom the fuck out. But the point is, break of structure. Somebody says, you think it's going to break up or break out because of the break of structure. Normally, they say, well, that's the thing. So we're about to. That's what I'm going over. That's really what I want to go over. Hold on, we're about to talk about that. I did AZ this morning. I said I was finna ignore you, Formidable. Hold on. Tap the screen, shuttle out, join the teams. Yeah, DZ, real talk. Let them know. DZ, you're a moderator too. I don't got enough though, because everybody that I make a moderator, they stop coming to my live, y'all, because I go live at different times, and I get it. You know, it's complicated. Everybody want to really be there, but it's hard when you a boss and you can do what you want to do, right? You get the illusion that you can do what you want to do, but you really can't. When you are your own boss, you damn near got to be tougher on yourself than what the other people be on you when you at their job. You get what I'm saying? You have to literally be tougher on yourself. Yeah, it's I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning, right? I ain't always been a boss, but I'm learning. I can't just do what I want. I have to, if I meet y'all here at the same time, then everybody will meet. I'm learning that people will return. You see what I'm saying? If I come at the same time. But anyways, if you pay attention to the pattern I just showed y'all, SPY did the same thing that we looking at on this sample of a descending channel with the breakout and how to trade it. So a breakup structure is not a feeling. It's not a feeling. It is really not an opinion. It's not, oh, I feel like it. No. This is a factual event that is happening on the chart. So the market is literally going to violate its own previous rules. It'll happen in real time. So in a downtrend, the highs are supposed to stay lower. When the price breaks above a prior high that kept it in the downtrend, the bearish structure is no longer intact. That means it is no longer going down. It ain't going down no more. So this is the moment where you are supposed to understand. No, fuck that. You're supposed to overstand. But a lot of people instead, they miss this opportunity. They either enter too early before the structure break, or they enter emotionally after the price has already ran too far, right? So what I'm teaching you is the difference between having hope and actually having something called confirmation. James, crypto guru, I think Google is going to be one of the top dogs in the AI boom race. But let's not talk about Google right now. Also, we use Google, but you can be a part owner of it. You can benefit from their growth instead of just using them. That's been the whole topic tonight. So I bring it all the way. I'm gonna redirect the energy right back to where it's supposed to be every time y'all try to redirect. Not say try, but not saying it's a bad thing, but every time there is an attempt to redirect my energy, I'm going to send it right back where it's supposed to go. And y'all, I suggest you guys do the same thing when you got your mind set on something. Be like a Scorpio. We a fixed sign, and I'm fixed on what the hell I'm talking about tonight. You hear me? This is the topic. We talking about break a structure. BOS. You already got it, then you cool. You feel me? You can hit the follow button and come back another day when I'm talking about something you might want to hear me talking about. This is not Burger King. You cannot have it your way, you know, in the most respectful way. This is like Harvard, okay? Everybody can't get in. This is like VIP section. You feel me? Some of y'all still standing outside. Yeah, this the VIP section of the club. You feel me? Everybody can't get in. This a real trader party. You cannot get in. Busting off the trend. No, for real. Listen, y'all distracting me again. So yeah, a lot of rookies, they get in too early or they get in too late. But we gonna go one step further because not every break of structure is meaningful. You see what I'm saying? Every time the price break structure don't mean that it's gonna do what you think. Yo, appreciate you for the daily heart me. Thank you. Gratitude. Where we at? I just showed y'all all of that already. Hold on. Here we go. Change of character. In this example, the change of character is to the upside when it breaks through two previous lower highs. Well, guess what's just like that right now? The same pattern I just showed y'all. It is doing the same exact thing. It literally just had a change of character. When you look at this chart, that's what you're looking at, a change of character. You're looking at a change of character here. That's what you're looking at. Okay? So a change of character is a behavior shift that happens before or is going to happen alongside the break. So during the downtrend, them bearish moves that we was looking at in the past 5 days, they was strong, they was fast. But when the bullish moves happened, they was weak or they was just correction. So on both charts that I showed y'all, the behavior changed. So that push to the upside caused what we just talked about, which is a break of structure. It was not weak. This was a decisive break of structure. The candles expanded, the momentum increased, the price did not immediately get slammed back down. Let me go back to it so y'all can have your mind on the money and the money on your mind. Hold on. Right? These are some strong moves that's a strong move to the upside right there. So I want to explain to you that the trend does not reverse at the top or at the bottom. It will reverse when behavior changes. So once the price breaks above this descending channel, the channel stops being resistance and it starts becoming fucking irrelevant. It don't even matter no more. So think of the channel like a cage. As long as the price is inside this cage, the rules apply. Okay? Once the price escape, you are now in a new environment with new rules. You get me? So on SPY and AMD, the price did exactly that. It broke out of the channel. We had a break of structure and it showed a change in character. That combination is powerful because it aligns direction, structure that we've been talking about, and behavior. So that's the purpose of us learning about change of character. CHOCH, change of character, and break of structure. Somebody said new floor, next level. That's right. New door. That's right. We got a lot of smart people in the live. Where all the geniuses come from with the geniuses I already had in here. So now we just got a like-minded individual party going on because that's what they say. Like-minded individuals, they hang around each other, right? Great minds. Y'all know the rest. Y'all know the rest. We're not guessing the bottom though. We're gonna pay attention to what happens next. Because this is where you as a trader, you either gonna level up or you're gonna give everything the fuck back. So after the break of structure, the strong market do not usually go straight up forever. They're gonna pause. We might get a little stalling the next time the market opens. It might pull back. It's not weakness because that happened. That's just the market checking whether the buyers are serious. Because usually the price will come back toward the old resistance. It'll break the trend line. And that's where a lot of amateurs, rookies, beginners, they gonna panic. And we not gonna do that. We gonna prepare. Ironworth Trading. Hold on, I missed the comment. Let me see what you said. Let me see what you said. I love what you're doing, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that. AZI was a good one for Friday. All right, I ain't missed too much. What's up, Dritch? So if the price, let's go back to the chart one more time. Because I want y'all to let this sit. Let this sink. Let this sink. Let this sink. So if the price can hold above where it broke the structure at, and the buyer step back in, this new area that we looking at is really gonna become support. That's how the trend. This is how a trend is born, not from excitement, but from acceptance. Like it's also where risk management should be easy for me to teach to y'all. Whenever the structure is clear like this is a textbook trade. Like invalidation is clear, you have no problem wondering, hey, said, is this still inside of that descending channel that you taught us the other day? Or is this a break of structure? You won't even have to ask that question. It's clear. It's obvious that something just jumped out of line. You ain't never heard somebody say, "Hey, you out of line." So if the price fall back inside the channel and it hold there, the breakout failed. It wasn't a breakout, it was a fake out. You understand? Somebody said, and you're not doing it out of emotion, you're doing it off of a strategic move. Precisely, DZ. And if it don't do that, you shouldn't do it. You understand? If it don't do that, you shouldn't do it. Basically, have some type of discipline. Have some rules in place to where if it don't give you your setup, don't enter the fucking trade. If we not trading candles though, we trading structure. When y'all overstand and understand that part, the confidence is gonna replace your anxiety. Your heart ain't gonna beat out your chest when you enter into a trade. You can breathe. You're gonna stop staring at every single tick. You'll have some patience, because when you got patience, you can build some discipline. And you can start to master this. Master it. Right? Y'all know what stoicism is? Because a lot of people misunderstand this shit too before they ever get a chance to win. Stoicism is not about being calm. It's about being emotionless and pretending that the losses do not hurt. You need to pretend that the losses do not hurt. This is about authority. Who or what is in control of your decisions at the exact moment that the money is on the line? Because in trading, the market is not competing with you, man. Listen, it's not going against you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not against you. The market did not take your money. You gave it to it. The market ain't never took shit from you. You gave it. So it's really revealing you. Every click of the button, every tap on your screen when you trading is literally exposing your relationship that you got with uncertainty, the relationship that you got with risk, your patience, how your ego, and how scary you is, and how greedy you is too. And a lot of people never realize that. And this is why they spend years searching for better indicators, or spending $5,000, $10,000 on courses and shit, and paying $100 a month on Discords and shit, instead of getting a better internal operating system. See, trading is one of the few professions where your weakness is going to be monetized immediately. Name another one. If you hesitate in the market, you're going to pay for that. If you overreact, you're going to pay for that. If you get emotional, you're going to pay for that. If you get arrogant, you're going to fucking pay for that. So the market don't give two fucks why you did it. It only cares that you did it. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. So this is the philosophy that teaches you how to stand in reality without flinching. Right? Let me read some comments. Crime, quick. People don't want to learn this. They just want to profit. I know, but I'm getting them together. Here at Ironwork Trading, we don't feel that way, right? I got the mind to say that everybody in here don't think that way. Only the ones that I know that do are the ones that come in here and then they leave real quick. They don't have the patience to listen and get this information. They don't have the patience to stay in the trade long enough to change their life. And they deserve to work 40 hours a week because they couldn't sit 15 minutes. So what makes me think they're going to sit in a trade for 15 minutes, let alone buy a stock and hold it for 15 minutes? You see what I'm saying? That's right, Los Capone. Financial freedom. Because they don't teach us this in school. It's amazing that you can get on TikTok at 4 a.m. and learn it now in 2025, going into 2026, allegedly. Right? But nonetheless, I want you to understand that this shit fit trading This fits you at you as a trader better than almost any mindset concept. Right here, stoicism, because it was built for uncertainty and somebody getting a delayed reward. See, life ain't just everybody got that fiend shit going on for instant gratification. You want instant gratification right now. You go to the gym, you want results right now. You want to come out, you go to looking in the mirror and shit. You want to see if you're getting results right now. That instant gratification. That's what you want. I know that's a human aspect. Don't feel bad about it. But you need to prepare your mindset for a delayed reward and literally get a dopamine rush from that shit too. So we're gonna talk about the first principle because everything else gonna collapse without it. So the Stoics divided life into two categories: things you control and the things you do not control. I'm gonna say that again. There are things in the world in your life that you can control, and there are things that you do not control. Some of y'all been in them AA meetings and shit, so y'all know what I'm talking about. So most traders intellectually understand this, but they emotionally reject it. See, the price is not under your control. You cannot pray the price goes in your direction, ladies and gentlemen. You can pray all you want, really. Literally, you can pray all you want. My grandma, I talk to her every day. She prayed for me. She prayed for the price to go in my direction. And I'll be like, man, she's so precious, you know. And I have to, show her like, whenever it don't go in the right way, but when it go in the right way, is her prayers did it. You see what I'm saying? I thank the Most High for the losses though, Grandma. I'm thankful for the losses. I get to learn from the losses. The losses teach me a lesson. And I also know that the losses are welcome because I can lose more times than I win and still be profitable because I'm using the right risk to reward ratio. That's right, Trey, TR3. Yeah, Los Capone. I stand in reality without flinching, remember? It only hurt when you take a big loss. Y'all got to stop doing that shit. If you doing that, stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. If you doing that, don't do that. Because a trade should either be a big win, a small win, a break even, which is where you make a little bit, or no, my bad. A break even mean you ain't win shit. Some people treat a little bit of a win like a break even or a little bit of loss like a break even is when you didn't win or lose. And then the last option should be a small loss. A big loss should never be an option for you. Ever. Because you know when to get the fuck out. Which is like, ask yourself that question. We talked about this for the past week about preparing and being mentally prepared before you get into some shit. Think about when you're going to get in, when you're going to get out, why you're getting in. Why are you getting in? When you going to get out? What's your take profit? What's your stop loss? Write this shit down. Go back to it. Look at your mistakes. Repeat what worked. Stop doing what didn't. So there are things that you can control and things that you do not. The outcomes are not under your control. The price is not under your control. Winning or losing any single trade is not under your control. But I want you to watch how most traders behave. They're going to look at the price. They're going to react to every single move it make. They're going to cuss the market out. You know what I'm saying? Then they're going to praise the market when they make money. They're going to blame the market. They're going to celebrate the market. Like, it's not analysis. That's submission. Appreciate you, War Conflict. I highly appreciate it. Share it to the story too, if you don't mind. Thank you. So yeah, if your emotional state rises and falls with the prices, then the price is in charge of you. Do you want that? Hell no, I don't want that for you. That's why I'm doing all this yapping. Thank y'all. I'm thanking whoever's doing that tapping. Thank you. Let me see. It'll tell me. Lulu, thank you for sharing the live. Yeah, I'm really appreciative because what it does is it pushes my video out to the For You page, y'all. So I'm not asking y'all to tap the screen because it powers a village in the jungle. You thought you was giving electricity to a bunch of starving kids in the jungle or something when you tap on the screen? No, you pushing me out to the For You page. You helping me out. You know what I'm saying? So thank you. You also helping other people out that need this information. It is a each one teach one environment. I'm thankful for it. Thank you, Chrissy. Yes, indeed, war conflict, and I'm happy to deliver it to you. All right. So look, remember this. The whole topic is just shit that you can control, and then there's stuff that you can't control. And if your emotions go up and down with the oh yeah, see you making me speechless now. Ain't no Diddy. No Diddy trait. I watched that documentary and I don't even want to talk crazy ever again. And I think that saying no Diddy is valid. But anyways, that submission whenever you feeling like that. Like you can't control something and be emotionally reactive to it at the same time. Emotion is the cost of misplaced focus. Emotion is the cost of misplaced focus. They won't open it up. Very rare. It's 1 out of 10 says war conflict. Yeah. No, it really is. So you can't control something and be emotionally reactive to it. Y'all hear me? I need y'all to start reclaiming control by relocating your attention not to the outcome, not to the prediction, not to how you feel about this shit, but to the process. I'm going to say that again. You're going to get control by moving your attention to the process. Stop thinking about the outcome. Stop predicting. Stop having an opinion about what you think it's about to do. What I think about this. What do you think about that? You're going to control your position size because you got control over that. You can control your risk. You got control over that. You got control over your entry. You got control over your exit. You got control over your participation. God damn, you got control over a lot, don't you? So why are we? I don't get it. I don't get it, y'all. You got control over your position size, the risk, the entry criteria, the exit rules. So when traders say this shit just stressed me out, what they really saying is I violated my own boundaries. Stress is not caused by the market. It is caused by your own internal inconsistencies. We got to fix that shit. We got to nip that in the bud. I'm a surgeon, a brain surgeon. I'm here to get this shit out your head. And once we can control, alt, delete, and get some shit up out of there, we're going to be good. We're going to be good. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right from there. I want y'all to be at peace. And a trader at peace is somebody who don't always win. Right? You don't always win, but you're going to literally have your actions aligned with your rules regardless of the outcome. I'm not telling y'all to suppress your emotions. That's weak. You know, suppression is weakness disguised as strength. You think they're strong. Suppressed emotion looks, right, like it is strength. No, it's going to leak into your behavior. I'm teaching you observation. So when you feel fear, that is not failure. That is feedback. When you feel anger, that is not a problem. It is information. When you high as hell off a trade, that is not success. It is a warning. Emotion is going to tell you exactly where you lost control at. I want to avoid the false dopamine of expressing things. Make sense, word conflict. If you want to do it, do it. There's nothing to it but to do it. My granddad used to say, what you gonna do, barbecue or mildew? You feel me? I can't say I want to barbecue and I don't. You know what I mean? You got it. You have control. You got the power looking at it. You feel me? So fear usually mean, a lot of us got analysis paralysis. That's all. Analysis paralysis. So fear usually mean that you done risk too much money on the trade, And when you mad, you usually put your ego into it, and you shouldn't have your emotions into it. It's a clear indication that you are trading emotionally if you ever get mad on a trade. If you get high off of a trade, you really happy and excited. That means your discipline was about to break. I'm never wrong about my decision, especially now, says Pitts. Especially now. Oh yeah. Well, about your decision of coming into this live, you did the right decision, man. You're welcome. But yeah, that's. I ain't gonna go on and on about it. I mean, I can. I think I pretty much covered that enough, right? I think I'm gonna save some for later. I think y'all had enough, right? Did y'all have enough? Y'all had enough? Y'all want me to get the hell off live? Or y'all want me to stay live? Get me to 25K, I'll stay live. Give me the 25K, I'll stay live. This is me as a sugar cookie. Amco, where you at? Where you at? Where y'all at? All right, hold on. I'm gonna get back to business. Hold on. Did y'all hear about the extended hours trading that we got coming up? This is a big change is coming to the stock market. Y'all heard about this? Tech says I use Robinhood. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't mad at you for that. I just don't trust them wholeheartedly. Chrissy, you ain't hear about it? Well, check this out. This is really one of the biggest changes that's coming to the stock market that we done seen in years. So the New York Stock Exchange is pushing to make United States stock trading almost around the clock. Like it's gonna be almost around the clock. Damn near 24 hours. Right now, this shit open at 9:30 and close around 4. So this is massive because I want you to really understand what's happening, why it matters. This shit look like when it launched, the risk involved, man. I want y'all to start preparing for that right now. Like right now, I want y'all to get ready for that type of shit right now. You know, get your mind ready for it. So the market usually open 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time for those that's not in the Eastern time. Right? Monday through Friday. That's when the New York Stock Exchange floor and NASDAQ, they in full swing. That's when they open up the doors, right? The bell. So it's already some trading done outside of those hours. We call that extended hours, or we call that the pre-market. That's before 9:30. And after hours, that's after 4 p.m. Stay with me. So this shit happened on an electronic platform now, like the New York Stock Exchange, ARCA. It's ARCA. This is an all electronic part of the New York Stock Exchange. So it's not as busy. It's not as busy as regular hours, but it's growing fast. So in fact, earlier this year, off hours trading made up about 11% of total U.S. equity volume, with the pre-market session seeing more activity than after hours in some periods. Over 55% of extended hour shares traded happen in the early morning window. A lot of us know because we'll get into a trade, get out of it, only for that shit to do some crazy shit in the aftermarket or the pre-market. How many of y'all look in the aftermarket and be like, what the fuck are they doing over there? Y'all be in a pre-market or the aftermarket like, yo, what is going on? Who in the fuck is doing this buying and selling, right? You never, I know tech. Some of us think we know, but I mean, it should spark your interest. But yeah, so the big news that happened back in 2024 in October, they announced that they was talking about extending the trading on that shit to 22 hours a day, 5 days a week. So that means the trading roughly from 1:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern time on weekdays, with just one short hour break overnight for system maintenance, whatever they say, or trade clearing and rolling over to the next day. So that got approved in February. So they talking about doing this shit now that we talking about now. They talking about doing this in 2026. But why would they do this? Why would they allow us to trade longer? Y'all don't want to actually do y'all know why? Don't think I do either. I'm just telling you, what I've gathered from it. And what it looked like. You can't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. This shit is about global demand. So right now, the United States stock market, the stocks, the ETFs, these are the most popular investments in the world, Craig. Top flight security of the world, Craig. We got foreign investors, especially in Asia and Europe. They want to trade this shit when it's convenient for them, not just during the U.S. daytime. They don't want to do it just because it's, 9:30 in New York. Like right now, if the big news hit overnight, right? If big news hit overnight, let's say it was earnings from a company or some type of geopolitical event happen, or let's say they get some economic data or something, they gotta wait till 9:30 in the fucking morning to react to it. But if they get 22 hours of trading, they can jump in immediately. That's like bringing the stock market closer to how crypto or forex trade or futures. It makes me dump or consider long term. If I bought at 20 cent or sub at 80 cent, it's 30, I'll leave it. Makes sense to me too, Tech. That ain't a bad strategy. Want more people to have fear of missing out, says DZ. Damn. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So it's gonna make this shit closer to trading like crypto. Almost always on. And they're gonna be offering translations in Japanese, Korean, and Chinese. They trying to target overseas. This shit finna go global. So this just the start. You even got the NASDAQ jumping in on this shit. They filed in December 2025 to go to 23 hours a day. CBO is already planning something close to it. But if all this shit happen, we could see damn near 24/5, right? 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, trading on the U.S. equities by the end of 2026. I'm talking about a market that could run from Sunday night to about Friday night with only the weekends off. Y'all don't, man, I ain't gonna talk about it. We can make a lot of money or we can lose a lot of money. This is gonna be interesting. But we not losing a lot of money because we know what not to do, right? Right, Ironworth traders? But when I say we, I just mean the retail traders. But if they opening up the door, they blurring the lines between being a retail trader. Ain't no more aftermarket. Imagine waking up at 5 a.m. to some news about a speech or a company announcement, and then you can trade stocks right away instead of waiting till 9:30. Or if you're in Tokyo and it's your afternoon and you can buy or sell some United States ETFs without waiting for New York to wake the fuck up. So these extended sessions, they're going to be on exchange, not off exchange like some of the overnight platforms, but yeah, if they got to get cleared through DTCC, and it ain't all the way official yet. I'm not trading that night. Fuck that, says DZ. Now we're gonna look at the pros and cons, man. So the pros is, it's a level the playing field for people that's overseas. What if I want to leave, DZ? Listen, I go to Vegas and have a problem with trading off New York time. I can only imagine how they feel. And when I go overseas, I don't want to wait till it's open for New Yorkers for me to trade. You got to think about that, DZ. You feel me? But I agree with you too. I agree with them too, Lulu. But I'm just looking at the bright side. There are cons to it. And then the bright side is we might have a faster reaction because we get the trade on news instantly. We don't have to wait. Like they be making us wait on news. How many times have y'all seen them wait till the market closed to tell us some shit that if they had told us when the market was open, we wouldn't have entered that position? Think about it. That don't make sense. Tell me if I'm tripping. I need y'all to talk to me. Let me know if I'm tripping or not. Don't just be no yes person. Like if it don't make sense, it don't make dollars. But if it makes sense, y'all know the rest. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. Yeah, I know. I'll be asking for confirmation, but I really be already knowing the answer to it. So y'all be like, why is he asking us this rhetorical ass question he know the answer to? For confirmation, y'all, and for engagement. So don't be scared to, don't be scared to answer the question. And if you didn't hear the question, re-ask for it. But look, this also could boost the ETFs. ETF is an exchange traded fund. What don't make sense? No, I'm asking if that makes sense. Like being able to trade off the news instantly. And how every time, like, okay, so let's say you in a trade. No, let's say you looking at a price of a stock and it's going up. You get in or whatever, blah, 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 whatever, you get in. Right after you get in, the market closed. Then the news come out and they say some shit that if you had heard them say when the market is open, you wouldn't have entered that position. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is why this could be a good thing too. Like if you a night owl or early bird, you can trade whenever it fits you. You don't have to wait. Hey, who did Nike piss off? Nike ain't pissed nobody off. See what I'm saying, Tech Food? If Nike said that the shoes cost 10% off, are you going to say, hey, who pissed Nike off? They selling their shoes for 10% off. No, you going to go buy some. So just because they down 10% don't mean that nobody pissed them off for real. Deezy, I appreciate it. I'm going to stay on another 30 minutes to an hour just because you got me to 25K, right? We could see lower liquidity though. Like off hours already have way less volume, they say. So orders might not feel completely like we think they will during this so-called 24-hour market. And what if the prices swing wild as hell on low volume? That'll fuck up the way we think, man. Real talk. Like a big news item could cause a big move that could reverse when regular hours kick in. It's just as soon as the news say something, it can make the market sensitive as fuck. Real talk. Either way it go, I want y'all, a lot of y'all use Robinhood, some of y'all use Fidelity, Charles Schwab, whatever. They already show us, some of them show us extended hours. I know Webull do. So y'all need to ask them if they gonna support this new shit that's coming out. You want to ask them that in 2026. You want to start practicing in the current extended sessions. You want to start trading the pre-market or the after hours now just to start to see what that feel like. You can use limit orders though. Don't want to use no market orders in no market like that. I think Webull is one of the best. Me too, Formidable. That's why I like the stock because it's super cheap and they was like $60 this year too. Maybe more. Yeah, this shit could transform the market into something that never really sleep. You feel me? What y'all think? Or just don't trade extended hours, bro. So if the market went to 24 hours a day type shit, Brand son, you want me to still trade from 9:30 to 4, even though the market is open 24 hours a day? Is that what you telling me? I don't know. I'm cool. Or just trade it. or just practice it and see what it's like. You feel me? Adapt. Limit the market is going to be wild. Yeah. One Stop Shop is probably the best prop firm as well, says MG Formidable. I ain't fucking with the prop firms. You know, I want y'all, if y'all gonna do prop firm trade and read the fine print, you could pass it. You could pass an eval for sure. I passed a couple, and blew the account right after that. Bow. Literally. But I know why. They got some counter trade shit set up on them prop firms. And then you gotta, why would I have to pay you for real-time data? It'd be 10 minutes delayed. Just use your own money. Use your own money. If you trade in futures, I highly recommend you just use your own money. This is not financial advice. Trade in the stock market, you want to practice paper trade. You do have to practice, Chrissy. It's actually fun once you realize you know what I'm saying, you making money. You feel me? But yeah, he said who the hell pissed Nike off? Ain't nobody pissed Nike off. It's just a good time to buy. I seen this shit happen a lot of time. Like, people be revenge trading and shit. Let me see. Hold on. What else I was talking about? Costco. Y'all shop with Costco but don't own no Costco shares. We shop with Coca-Cola, don't own no Coca-Cola shares. I went over that whole spiel. We talked about breaker structure. We talked about AMD. We talked about SPY. I think I pretty much went over everything. Where y'all think the S&P 500 finna go? Did y'all make any money or lose money? Because if you lost, that shit was a part of the plan. The spiral is not. Losing is a part of the plan. Spiraling out of control is not, though. To add on to that statement, though, if you got over night plays, that shit won't lose as much decay. I like that, Branson. No doubt. No doubt. So yeah, if y'all watching this, if y'all listening to me tonight, the chances is you done dealt with some losses before, right? You know how it feel to lose money in the market. And if you haven't lost no money in the market, then you in the right spot, because we're going to make sure we keep it that way. But that feeling that you get when your heart fall in your stomach, when the trade go against you, when you see the red on the screen and your account balance is going backwards, it's ticking down, you watching your money dwindle down, then you hear this voice in your head say, man, I got to fix this shit right now. Somebody says, you have to learn. I'm in New York City. I don't risk what I would not lose going out. Nah, for real, that makes sense. Makes sense. And if it makes sense, it make money. But yeah, when you see the red candles and shit and you thinking, man, I got to do something right now. A lot of traders is not going to blow their account from one bad decision. They going to blow the account from trying to emotionally undo a loss that was supposed to happen. I mean, literally. The loss was a part of the fucking plan. You spiraling out of control is not, though. This is not a theory, y'all. I'm letting you know. Yeah, I'm letting you know. So losses are built into every winning strategy. Every winning strategy has losses built into them. You got to think about it. The best traders, right? The ones with like 60% win rates, and they lose about 40% of the time. That's not flaw, it's math. A good trade plan is going to include losses. You have to have room for that. Risk management means you accepting the losses as a part of the process. You cannot possibly think you finna be a trader and not deal with losses. You cannot have it made up in your mind that you about to come into this shit and make $1,000 a day and not lose no money. For the rest of your life, you think you about to make $1,000 a day. I really think you watched precisely too much fucking Disney Channel. You to to think you about to do some shit like that for the rest of your life is coming to the stock market and just make $1,000 for the rest of your life and never lose money. I ain't say you couldn't make $1,000 a day, but you said you weren't. You thinking that, oh my goodness. Just count the losses as a part of the process, ladies and gentlemen. When a loss hits you, don't let the emotion take over. Don't feel angry. Don't feel frustrated or ashamed. Don't say, man, this can't be right. I need to make it back now. No, you don't. You do not need to make it back. You will lose paper, but at least you can write it off. Yeah, and you can make it small paper. It could be small. It don't have to be a lot. It could be a little. You got control over that. Let's keep that in mind. Right, Tech? I ain't never been to Brooklyn. That's on my list for 2026. I gotta come out to Brooklyn. But yeah, that's called revenge trading, y'all. You don't want to revenge trade. You put more money in and then you ignore your rules at that point, trying to make back what you just lost, so you put more money in. Yeah, Formidable said if you emotional with money that you lose, go back to paper trading. That makes sense. You definitely should paper trade if you are emotional with the money that you lose. You also shouldn't be trading money that you need. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but what I mean by that is if you lose this money and it was your mortgage money, like, you tripping. If this shit was your rent money, you're tripping. If this shit was your, you needed this money. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Pay your bill. Pay your light bill. What are you doing? Y'all will be amazed what I done seen. I ain't here to talk about nobody. I'm here to help everyone. Now, you need to stop chasing the market. You need to let this shit come to you, because one small loss can turn into a big one. Yeah. People lose their whole house. I know somebody that lost $80,000 in a matter of 6 to 8 months this year. Castro, whatever you did, you got kicked. I ain't got nothing to say. I don't know what you did. I wasn't paying no attention. I know if Lulu got you up out of here, you did said something wrong. You never been, lock in, check out NYC places. All right, bet. You know what? And I'm in Indiana, and there are some little convenience stores, you know what I'm saying, with the gas station people in them. They be selling like chopped cheeses and shit. And I didn't have one, but I'm like, you know what? I don't do cheese, bro. This shit hurt my stomach. I never do it again. And I don't trust the meat that they be chopping up on that shit either. Like, I don't know what that is. I gotta see the animal butchered. You know what I mean? I've been on a farm or two back in my day. I need to see the animal. Y'all I know that sound bougie. You go to the grocery store, you go to the meat aisle, and you just pick a fucking pack of meat that somebody else killed, and you throw that shit in the shopping cart, and you go home and you cook it, and you happy with that shit. That's a scavenger. That is a vulture. That is a possum. Scavenger shit. It's okay. I'm not making fun of nobody. I used to do it too. My mama did it. Grandmama did it. My dad, I'm aware now. Fucking one shroom trip was all it took. Fucked up my whole perception of a lot of stuff when it comes to food. Somebody says chopped cheese is nasty. It's only surviving. Okay, Tech. I want some, that's what I'm saying. When I think of New York, I only think of foods that are not good for me, but I'm going to try it though. Like, you're not finna stop me from eating one of them flat ass pizzas that I seen the Ninja Turtles eating and shit. I went to Chicago and had a deep dish pizza. Why are we talking about deep dish pizza and flat pieces and shit from Flatbush right now? I don't want to talk about pizzas. I really wanted to talk about how the losses is a part of the plan, y'all. Yeah. Yes, I do, Amco. We family, Lulu. That's right, Lulu. Lulu, why we up right now, too? We got a meeting. What is it? Is it today? No, we got one tomorrow, I think. I'll figure it out. I'll check my schedule. We'll be all right. I might oversleep. Y'all listen, I stayed up with y'all yesterday. Overslept past about I missed the opening bell. I missed the opening bell. I think I was on here till about 6 or 7. Thought I was gonna pop back up 3 hours later. 2, 3 hours later. No. And yeah, I missed out on like 4K. I didn't lose, but I didn't make that either. I could have made that off of the trade that I've been watching for a week. Listen, I woke up for 30 minutes, took a trade, and went back to sleep, says Deezy. Oh, for real. I'm ready to buy Nike, says Amco. Yeah, well, we got the weekend. We got the weekend. We got to deal with the weekend. And you know what else I like? I like these futuristic ass companies that keep coming out, like REKR. They's like artificial intelligence. Okay, they run AI but through the traffic lights. Like they got the facial recognition in the fucking traffic lights now. It's some futuristic shit going on at they be. I love companies dealing with with technology in the future. I love the tech sector. I'm going to start catching morning work. I know who don't like tech sector right now. Like, this shit crazy. I'm going to start catching morning workouts, spin bike, and be back home. Now, that makes sense. But look, the only reason I say that because I'm just not realizing how new all of this shit is. 20 years sound like it's a lot of time, but it's not. The internet is still about 30 to 50 years old. And we think that that's old, but it's really not. When I say 50, this shit was around in the 70s. But if I want to be technical, I can say we really had a boom, a real boom again in technology when the cell phones hit the scene and was like really mobile phones. Oh yeah. We still in that same mind shit, like gee, Larry Ellison. We just did a whole I just talked about Larry Ellison the other day. I think he got more money than all of them, but dude remind me of the La Devil. Dude look like the devil to me. I don't know. It ain't just because he rich. It's adoption. You should be able to describe what a GPU is and name 3 companies that use them. Exactly. IONQ, precisely. No, them companies is taking off though. They still fresh. But nonetheless, y'all gonna lose some money though. Even these companies, like I had somebody put a lot of money in BBAI, and they like, bro, what the fuck? I lost money with BBAI. Well, why the fuck you buy it? I ain't tell you to buy it. I'm buying it. And they down, and guess what I did? I bought more. I bought more of Big Bear AI, even though they've been trading at this low price for a minute. Guess what? The way I look at it, they staying cheap for me to buy more. I watched Palantir do the same damn thing until it went over $100. But when it was $5, people was paying it no attention. It was dropping and shit. It was going to $8, $9, dropping back down to $5 before it took the fuck off. You got to know what investing really look like. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to look at white fiber. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to look at it. So, yeah, you don't want to be no revenge trader. I don't want y'all to do that. So, y'all need to know why people do shit like that, Y'all ever heard of Mark Douglas? The degree to which you think you know what is going to happen next is equal to the degree to which you fail as a trader. You don't know the next trade gonna win. Nobody do. So pretending you do, that's where you're gonna spiral at. The loss was correct because it followed your plan. The spiral is emotional, it's impulsive, it's deadly. You gotta let that sink in. Please look at white fiber. I'm gonna check it out. So I seen this shit happen too many times. You have a solid edge, you know, maybe a breakout strategy like the one I just showed y'all. You'll take a 1% loss. Cool. Cool. That's part of the plan, right? Coach Price said take a 1% loss and that's it. But then they think the market wrong. I'm right. Oh my God, this is where they fuck. This shit happens so many times. Don't even think you can hire me if you think you're gonna do this. I cannot be your mentor. I could be your friend, but I will laugh at you and make fun of you. If I'm a personal trainer and you say you want to lose weight, but every time you come over my house, you eating honey buns and cupcakes and brownies and Buffalo Wild Wings and hamburgers and you just eating unhealthy and you not working out and shit for real, like that's the equivalent to wanting to get paid from this shit, but you doing the same shit expecting different results. For you to think the market is wrong and you right, and then you double down on the next setup, you say, fuck it, I'm gonna lose 5% this time. You ignore having a stop loss, boom, now you down about 10%. I know another trader, another trader, they trade Forex though. Cool. They got a great system. So they'll hit a losing streak of 3 trades. So if they lose 3 trades and then let's say they losing 3%, cool. He couldn't accept that 3% though. He want to go back and make it back. Revenge traded, lost 15,000 in one session. One session. Somebody says at the same time you can't lose at 20 or 80. And everyone letting you exit at 2. I mean, come on. You keep your stop losses that type tech? So studies show that 90 to 97% of day traders lose money long term. I'm going to say that again. All the day traders lose money long term. Most of them. So we got about 3 to 10% of them that end up making money or keeping money long term. But the majority of them don't. Not because they got bad strategies, but because emotion will spiral their ass out of control. Y'all know who Sir Isaac Newton is? Who y'all remember they taught us him? I ain't talking about Fig Newton. Every time I hear his name, I think about a Fig Newton. Sir Isaac Newton. He lost a lot of money in there was some shit called the South Sea bubble. So he chased his losses emotionally. That just go to show you that even somebody who's a genius can fall into a trap like this. I want you to know that you can break this cycle. You just got to get tactical. You need to never risk more than 1% per trade. Ooh, that takes a tremendous amount of discipline for somebody who, oh my God, for somebody who is not used to taking that little of a loss, they be like, but I'm going to get stopped out all the time. They fix the way you think. Just stop thinking that way. Out of 100 trades, you need to be prepared to lose 77 of them. And if you keep your risk at a 1% loss, you can lose that many trades and win the rest of them out of 100 and still be profitable. You can win 33, you lost 77 and still made more money than you lost because you kept your losses small. You maximized your gains and you minimized your losses. So you got to predefine your risk. That's the golden rule. If your account is $100,000, then I'm only going to trade $1,000 at a time. I'm going to set hard stops and I'm going to even automate this shit if possible. But I'm not going to move the stop to give it more room. You know what that look like? Moving your stop loss to give you more room to lose more money is crazy. That's like having a security guard to protect you. You see danger, and instead of you having your security guard in front of you to protect you, you move your security guard out of the way and you step closer to danger. That's crazy to me. Yeah, we're not giving nothing back no more, Tech. We're not giving no money back, Pinky. We're not giving them no money back. We are going to secure the security. Thank you, DZ. I do my best. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to set a daily loss limit. If you hit 2 to 3% down for the day, you done. You're done. Stick a fork in them. You're done. Walk away. Walk away, lady. Walk away, ma'am. You're done. Turn off the platform. Turn off the platform. Turn off the platform. Turn it the fuck off. No exceptions. You're done. You're done. Walk outside, take a breath. You taste that, you taste the air. Go listen to the birds chirping, the dogs barking. You know, go watch your favorite show if you got to. I don't care what you do. Just get the fuck get off the screen. You're done. Learn how to do that, and you're gonna live. You live to trade another day. Number 3. If you have 2 losing trades in a row, I call this the 2-strike rule. Good night, Amco. If you have 2 losing trades in a row, you need to pause for the day. Look at your journal. Stop chasing shit. Thank you for the support. I'll holler at you tomorrow. Thank you. After every trade, y'all need to write down, I don't care if you win or lose, you need to write down, did I follow my plan? How was I feeling? What made me do this? You feel me? It's going to build self-awareness for you. This is all going to make you one hell of a trader. I'm going to be happy because I know I helped. Okay? And you need to like be detached. Like, if you feel the urge to revenge trade, again, step away. So, but like somebody in here said earlier, when you emotional, go back to paper trading. So you got to shift your mindset. The losses are going to help you though. They're going to teach you. They're going to teach you. So I'm going to be real with y'all. If you watching this live, it's not by accident. You here because somewhere inside, you know that it's more that you could be doing with your life, with your time, and with your skills. Your money is not growing for you in a savings account. It is not working for you like it could be or should be doing in a savings account. It's time to start investing. I'm looking to help those take control of their financial lives, build a solid financial foundation so that you can be a better trader. You can't trade if you don't got your finances in order. Good night, Lulu. I still haven't spoke to a lot of y'all, and that's really why, like, it's important. This shit is important. Like, I teach investing because I know people deserve financial literacy. I mentor because nobody taught us this shit growing up. And yes, I do. I help people with life insurance because every serious investor eventually realized that protection is not an option. This shit is foundational. So if you trading your money and you building accounts and you running a business and you working towards your financial freedom, then you already understand risk. Because you manage your risk in your trades, you manage risk with position sizing, you manage risk with stop losses. But if you don't manage personal financial risk, everything you building is exposed. If I say to regular, I caught 400 this morning, they think breakfast is on me. Yeah, I know. So I'm going to talk to a specific group of people, respectfully, directly, and honestly. Some of y'all have reached out to me. Y'all filled out the form. Some of y'all booked the call and actually had the call, but then disappeared. So you didn't do nothing wrong. You just did stop short. I don't want you to stop short because this is why that matters. Like, that same habit is going to keep somebody, the same habit that keeps somebody from returning a call is the same habit that's going to keep you stuck. If you have to break past that. It's not intelligence, it's not money, it's not avoidance, it's procrastination. It's hoping that things just gonna work out, that the market don't reward hope. A lot of families are not protected because they be like, I'm gonna do it later. I don't want something to happen, God forbid, knock on wood, and we didn't get a chance to do what we were supposed to do because we procrastinated with each other. Some of y'all own businesses. Some of you already invest. Some of y'all got policies, but deep down, you know that them policies you got is outdated, is overpriced. That 401k you got is fucked. You think you good, but you not. This shit is not aligned with what you actually trying to build. You gonna pass down the house, but you still owe the mortgage, and the money you left behind ain't enough to cover that. Let's make it make sense. Instead of getting clarity, you avoid the conversation because it feel uncomfortable or unfamiliar. But avoiding the conversation is not going to eliminate the risk. I know, Lulu. Did you peep White Fiber? They want to be Illuminati. I'm gonna check that out right after the live. And I know you is too, Amco, because I emailed you. Y'all my two favorite people tonight. I let y'all know that now. And y'all Deezy, my new partner, man. You feel me? And Tech Food, you too. Y'all, everybody that supported me for the whole live. Y'all, I'm super serious. Them are the main ones I need to reach out to outside the live stream. Cause I'm building a team. I hope y'all already in the Discord. I'm looking to be more active in there. But once we got each other personal number, I don't even really be talking to strangers, right? I'm building friendships and we marketing, we building a team. Things you doing well need more brother doings. We need more brothers doing it. Yeah. That's why I do what I do. I teach it. I like to deal with serious people too, though. So if you can study the charts, you can analyze markets, you can take trades, you can run payroll, you can manage a household. Hell, if you could even handle a 15-minute conversation about protecting your financial life, I am not here to pressure you. I'm here to give you information. So when I talk about investment accounts and when I talk about life insurance, I'm not going outside of trading. I'm really expanding it because wealth is about protection. And income without structure is temporary. So investing without a plan for your family is incomplete. That's it. I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'm not finna preach y'all to death. Somebody says I actually went to an AI and quantum data center using prior work connections. No, that makes sense. You're a genius for that. That's the power of networking. So investing without a plan, y'all, we can't do that, man. This is my call to action for y'all. And this is for adults who are ready to take responsibility for their future. If you are serious about investing and you serious about learning and about building something that lasts longer than the next trade, do not ghost the process. If you give me your number, answer the phone. If you book the time, show up. If you unsure, say that. Don't disappear. I respect honesty. You know what I'm saying? And I respect questions like a motherfucker. I will answer them. Inbox the hell out of me, please. I also respect hesitation, but I can't help nobody who's silent. Everything I do, from teaching the markets, discussing everything we done talked about tonight, this shit is about putting people in a position. Because if somebody had did this for my ancestors, I would be in a different position. So I'm doing this for you and for your descendants to come, for your neighbor. Maybe the information not for you, but it's for somebody that you gonna tell it to. But position only matters if you take action. So when y'all ready to talk one-on-one, follow through, okay? That decision alone is bigger than any policy or a trade. It's about whether you are actually serious about the life you say you want to build. Now, a lot of y'all go through life hoping for opportunities, and you want powder fall out the sky. But the opportunities is not just gonna happen. This ain't just gonna pop out, right? You have to make this shit happen. The opportunities are created. If you are not willing to step up and take them, somebody else will. Somebody else will. Yeah. I don't want to talk about the same old jobs or career paths that keep people stuck. I'm talking about building something that you actually can control. And I love financial literacy so much, I jumped into this field. Because I'm like, once I learned accounting, I was upset because if I knew better, I would do better. There's a lot of guys that you think is YNs, but if they knew better, they would do better. I'm living proof. I'm living proof. I can't tell y'all how much of a YN I was. But I teach, I mentor, and I guide people who want to actually take control of their financial lives and build something meaningful, not just today, but for years to come. I work with people who are willing to learn, put in the work, and actually follow through. Like I see a lot of people talented as hell, smart, ambitious, but they stop themselves because they wait for the perfect moment, or they say shit like, I'm gonna think about it, right? Or they don't pick up the phone. I need that shit to stop tonight for you. If you serious about building and growing and leveling up, you gonna take action. Yeah, you gonna take action. I just got a warning from TikTok. They want me not to do what I'm doing right now. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm looking to help somebody tonight, you know? It's not no damn sales pitch. This is a real opportunity for you to learn, grow, and create a path for yourself in financial services without limits. Like the people who succeed are the ones who decide tonight or this morning that they ready to step up and learn from somebody who already done it and commit themselves. Like if you watching right now and thinking, I want more, I do want more money, I'm ready to make a change, then this is your moment. DM me, right? Comment below or hit me up directly after this live stream. The people who actually take action are the people who win. And that's it. That's it. There ain't nothing else to it. I don't care about excuses. I care about results. I don't care if you tried this shit before. I care if you ready right now. Because tonight I'm giving you the opportunity to start building a team, a career, and a life that matter. You don't need nobody permission, just your own commitment. And if you show up and follow through and learn, I'm going to teach you how to make this work for you step by step. Only if you're serious about taking control and about growth and not letting another year go by without building something real. The next step is on you. I am as well, Lulu. And Amco, I thought y'all said good night. I'm finna close the live just to make y'all go to bed too. Good night. Good night, y'all. Inbox me if y'all heard anything I said. Y'all know what it is. Good night. I gotta let my sisters get some rest because they so loyal and helpful. They done stay here to the end. We gonna be wiping crust out our eye if I don't get off here. Good night, Chrissy. You get you some beauty sleep too. Y'all get y'all some rest. We gotta get our beauty sleep and shit. Our money sleep. All right, good night. All right, Deezy.